What does the word dominant mean? Over the last few weeks, I have tried to get to the bottom of this question. I like to consider things from the very start. When you see the name dominant 7 chord, you should know immediately that there are two very different meanings. In formal theory, a dominant 7 chord is the same thing as a 5-7 chord. A 5-7 chord is simply a major chord built on the 5th degree of any scale. Then when you add a 4th note on the top, that is always 2 notes short of an octave, or a tone less than an octave, whatever floats your boat. Then that chord goes to a 1 chord of some kind. The numbers 1 and 5 in such chords are always written as Roman numerals. The 1 chord always has the same letter name as the key itself. So in the key of C major or C minor or C minor chords are your 1 chords. If the chord is minor, add a small m so that you write 1 or 1 minor in this way. Who was the first person to use this dominant 7 chord? I don't know. Did that person invent the name for the 5-to-1 idea? Again, I don't know. In informal usage, the same term, dominant 7, simply indicates the same chord in any key. But now there are no rules about where that chord goes to. A dominant 7 chord with this meaning can go anywhere. So let's consider some of the possibilities. Supposing we simply want to play one dominant 7 chord after another going down chromatically. Can we do that? Of course we can, but do we want to? It turns out that composers have been doing this for a very long time, and it sounds like this. We can also use our dominant 7 chords going up chromatically like this. In fact, we can jump in any way. Here are dominant 7 chords using the trinity principle. Here are dominant 7 chords using the quartet idea. And finally, here is a totally free, unpredictable way of moving from one dominant 7 chord to another with no plan whatsoever. You can consider it random. That's the whole point. The composer Debussy frequently did this in his compositions, and over the years it became known as parallelism. Parallelism simply means that you move up or down to the same chord with no rules. You can use the morphing principle to start with the dominant 7 chord and then begin adjusting any note in the chord up or down 1/2 tone. After you do this once, keep on doing the same thing. There are no rules to this. There is no destination. There is no final chord. It is simply an adventure that can go anywhere. In case you get to something that seems too weird, you can always get out of it by moving something else. Just keep moving one note at a time until you get to something less weird. So now for a short time I am just going to try to improvise these chords by morphing. I'm not going to try to tell you what I'm doing, and that's because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I hope that was at least a small adventure for you. Now, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know anything that you like. Let me know anything that you think can be added in the future. No suggestion is too small for me.